Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is departing runway 34 to the east. Boulevardy.
Go.
Boulevardy traffic, please be advised, Sierra Uniform November Alpha thermal airship operating 1 mile southeast of the airport.
And Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 66 Kilo has the airship in sight. I hope you're warm up there, Boulevardy.
Yeah, I got a nice breeze up here at 500 feet. I tell you, it's a little cool.
I could imagine so.
All right, we're good to go. Doors locked.
Okay, and we're going to go full power.
Yep. Just to touch the right rudder to look far down the runway. There you go, full power.
And watching that center line.
Yep.
That doesn't exist, but holding the right rudder anyway.
There you go. Nice little bit of back pressure, not too much. Wait for the airplane to tell you it wants to fly. And we're good here. There you go.
Crew to airship. We are right below you at
that nose down low. And there you go. Get that speed up and we climb out. There you go.
Alright. A lot less bumpy today.
Yeah. But I recommend don't take quite so long with our throttle coming in on the start.
Okay.
And maybe a few extra feet on the takeoff will give us a little bit better clearance on those buildings.
Alright.
I mean, we were clear, you can tell. Nice job managing your energy there, by the way. But, you know, the more clearance, the better, right?
Right. Absolutely. And coming up on 500 AGL, so we're going to lose our notch of flaps.
Correct. And now we've gotten up to altitude. She's doing good.
And we're going to... Are we good to turn right?
Clear.
Clear right, turn right.
That is quite a thing. That is quite a thing.
So
we'll make our cruising altitude 2,500 feet today.
Okay. So those fields back there would be our emergency.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not much, is it?
No, it's not.
All right, we'll just take up a heading of due east from here.
Okay, due east.
And once you're squared away here, we'll get a traffic pattern call, departing a traffic pattern call.
Okay.
Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo, departing the pattern to the east, Boulevardy.
And we're 1,000 up, so I can lose the fuel pump.
Where'd you go if you lost the engine here?
If I lost the engine here...
Nothing there.
There's a small field, but I don't know if that's long enough, and it's got shit in the middle of it. Right there is probably where I'd go.
Ooh, if you could make that.
Let me see here, 4 runway Alpha's on a 4 mile.
Let me see it for a second. Let me see the field better.
That's pretty tight, but...
My recommendation, that one with all the shit in it, is probably your better bet.
Okay.
That one, looking on our side of it, power lines.
Yep.
Not good. That would ruin our day.
And I don't think we could make it out to those.
Yeah. So anyway, you have control again.
Okay, I have control.
And we'll level off here, so we do want to maintain that clearance with the clouds.
Do we want to level off here or another?
Let's level off here.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Pitch and power.
There you go. That's good with your power.
And now that I've got that, I want to...
Nice old morning. Looks like it clears up nicely out there to the east, though.
It does.
All right. Now, in the air, it is tough to tell or to judge your distance from the clouds, right? What's the VFR minimums? Below the cloud?
Below the cloud is 500, correct?
Correct. In what kind of airspace?
I don't remember.
GE, it's E airspace.
E, okay.
Yep, Echo, class Echo. What kind of airspace are we in right now?
I believe we're in G.
Nope,
no?
not quite. if we were not near San Antonio or any kind of airport, we would be just above Class G. Class G is 1,200 feet ATL, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but because it steps down here, we're well into the Class E airspace.
Gotcha.
Which is 700 above. There you go. Why might we want to, make sure we keep a nice low, a good distance below these clouds?
We don't know what's going to break out on top of us.
Exactly. Right over there, Randolph. And who knows, some T-38 could be skimming out of these clouds here. So we give them as much wiggle room as we can, and we stay below the clouds. There we go. All right. I had our takeoff time as roughly 8:55. So we're almost halfway there, right?
Yep.
Given our time estimate?
Could be.
Cool. Now what I recommend, let's head north just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. And we'll start listening for ATIS and those sorts of things.
Okay.
So that we can get prepared to go into the airport.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Just turn towards the lake, roughly?
Yeah, this is about good heading right here, just
here?
to stop our closure with the airport.
Gotcha. And go ahead, COM 2.
Now movement area. Happy lights runway 1331. Out of service. Advisors contact. You have information Delta.
Delta.
New milestone information Delta. 14510 observation. Wind variable at 5.
Variable at 5.
Visibility 10. Ceiling 2,300 broken. Temperature 12. 2.08. Altimeter 3031.
3031.
Runway 17 approaches are in use. Noticed airmen. Taxiway Alpha. Full length. Now movement area. Happy lights runway 1331. Out of service.
Okay.
Advisors contact. You have information Delta.
Sounds very labored.
New milestone information Delta.
We'll listen to it
14510 observation. Wind variable at 5. Visibility 10. Ceiling 2,300 broken. Temperature 12. 2.08. Altimeter 3031. Runway 17 approaches are in use. Noticed airmen.
17.
Taxiway
Okay.
Alpha.
We'll get the
Full length.
information one more time.
Now movement area. Happy lights runway 1331. Out of service. Advisors contact. You have information Delta.
Delta.
New.
Alright, Delta, they're using 17, winds are variable. Okay, so now, finding the airport.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's look around. Let's look for New Braunfels. See if we can spot it. Now, one thing we know from our map is that if we stick on the, let me refold that, there you go. If we stick on that side of the highway, we're good, right?
Okay.
We don't want to go too far south, otherwise we flirt with the Charlie, but we can see the lake right over there, we know we're good.
Okay.
Cool. So, there's a quarry over there. Huh. Let's see if we can find that quarry.
Left downwind 12,
There you go. Is it nice having it trimmed?
Here. So is that our airport right there?
What are you referencing?
So to the right of the smoke, the small smokestack.
I do not believe so. Wait a minute. I do see something long and straight out there. I do not believe that is our airport, though. I am under the impression that the airport is to our 12 o'clock.
Okay.
But
so just,
somewhere up there.
So just right of the water tower a little bit?
Perhaps. Let's see here. Let's see here. What I'd recommend is let's climb up a little higher, back up 2,500, and we'll turn northbound here, see if we can't spot it.
Okay,
Yeah.
northbound.
Even with such great visibility, it can be hard to pick out airports, can it? Even one so big as New Braunfels. Let's see, what's that highway there, just off our right wing?
That should be...
Let's keep this climb going here, buddy. Let's get up to 25.
Yep.
There you go. See that highway there?
Uh-huh.
Yep. What highway do you think that is?
I don't know, honestly.
There's this one here that runs from something to New Braunfels, right? Or
okay.
From us to New Braunfels, it says 48, 46, and 281.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I bet you that's 46. Or maybe there's another road off here to the left that could also be 46. So, anyways, I would suspect that that's New Braunfels. So if that's New Braunfels, where is the airport in relation to New Braunfels?
It is further east.
Yep. So let's turn a little to the left here. Let's start heading about that direction.
Okay.
There we go. We can see the lake over there. All right. That's about good. Now, some landmarks from the last time we were here. Do you remember that big old distribution center? That huge Walmart thing?
No, I don't.
Oh, it was there. Let's see if we can find that.
Is that it right there?
Bingo.
Okay.
The airport is to the right of that building.
Okay.
Do you see the runway?
Yes, I believe I do. Yeah.
Yep. What runway do you see?
I see. Which runway would that be? That would be this one.
Yep. 1331.
Yeah.
Bingo. There we go.
And that's.
So let's level off our climb here. We're gonna have to go back down anyway.
Okay.
So that's the airport. We have information Delta.
Okay.
Now let's swap over to the tower frequency.
Okay.
Should be push to transfer. Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
I'll make sure our volume's up there. Cool. So just tracking along here. What would you say your position is?
Winds are 2304. Can you set the runway 31 departure, or would you like to go down to 17?
2304.
9368 kilo, runway 31, taxi via Foxtrot, altimeter 3031, advised tower ready for departure.
How far would you say we are from the airport, you think, right now?
I would hesitate to guess, but
you're going to have to.
I'm going to say maybe, about 5 miles?
I'd say more like 8. 5 miles is a little closer to the highway. We're more like 8 to 10 miles here.
8 to 10 miles?
Yep.
Okay.
So let's get a left turn, nice and shallow.
Okay.
We'll talk with the tower here and see if we can't come on in. So how would this position report go?
So we would...
Let's keep this turn going here. Nice, decent bank angle. Let's not make it too big.
Okay, are we doing a 360?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
just in place so we don't go too far.
Okay, so the call would be New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is 10 miles to the east at 2200.
2,200.
2,200. Yep. Inbound for the circuit.
Inbound for circuits with Delta.
With the information Delta.
Exactly. So I would say 8 miles northwest, 2,200. Or you don't even have to say the altitude, honestly. 8 miles northwest with information Delta, inbound for circuits. Just getting all that information in.
So it'd be New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is 8 miles northwest. Inbound for the circuit with information Delta.
Correct. That's it. And then he'll say, roger that. Make a probably a right or a left downwind for 3-1, report something. and you just read back
Victor, New
whatever he asks you to do.
Winds are 2204. Okay. Would you like a 3-1 departure or go down to 17? All right, to Victor, runway 31, taxi via Foxtrot, altimeter 3031, advised tower ready for departure.
Cool. Cool. Go for it.
New Braunfels Tower, Stetson 9368 kilo, it's 31 ready, northeast.
Stetson 9368 kilo, New Braunfels Tower, northeast departure is approved. Wind variable at 3, runway 31.
We're northwest.
Cleared takeoff 31 with a northeast departure approved. Stetson 9368 kilo.
There you go.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 3466 kilo is 10 miles northwest, inbound for the full circuits with information Delta.
Cherokee 3466 kilo, New Braunfels Tower, report 3 mile right base, runway 17, winds variable at 3, altimeter 3031. And say your distance out again?
10 miles northwest, 3466 kilo.
6 kilo, roger. Our 6 kilo, say your altitude?
2,200, 3466 kilo.
All right, let's turn to the right there. Get pointed towards the distribution center in the airport. Okay. So we're going to be
right traffic for set 17.
Exactly. So we're kind of we're set up for that very nicely, I think.
Braunfels Tower, November 9582.
So you see the water tower to the left of the distribution center?
9582 Victor, New Braunfels Tower, traffic approximately 8 miles northwest, 2,200, descending
start on
for
down.
right base, runway 17 is a Cherokee. Runway 31, you're clear for takeoff, proceed on course.
82 Victor, copy traffic, clear for takeoff, 31 on course.
November 66 kilo, traffic departing runway 31, straight out departure northwest bound is a Cessna.
3466 kilo, we'll keep our eye on that traffic.
Looking, thank you.
Cool. All right, what's our traffic pattern altitude? One more time.
Cherokee 3466 kilo, did you copy?
3466 kilo, copy.
We'll keep an eye out for the traffic, 60 kilo. Yeah. All right, there we go. Probably would have been cool with you just saying copy, but you do want to let them know that, yeah, you copied exactly what his intent were. So if you just say copy, copied what?
Gotcha.
Also, in our earlier call, we did want to read back that we were clear for a right, or told to make a right base call for 17.
Okay.
But that was a lot of information. I understand that. That's the critical stuff. Don't worry about altimeter settings and things like that.
Okay.
Read back the position that he wants in the runway. So very soon here, we'll make our position report of 3 mile right base 17, and it'll probably clear us for the option.
Okay.
And then maybe right or left close traffic. Okay.
November 82 Victor, what's your on course heading?
82 Victor, pretty much runway heading, sir.
Our 66 kilo traffic is airborne about a half mile northwest of the airport now.
I got it.
Okay, Stetson 68 kilo is about 3 northeast.
Stetson 68 kilo, free change approved. You have a good day, sir.
Good day, sir. Thank you. Frequency change.
And 60 kilo has that traffic to the northwest of Side already, or New Braunfels.
Our 60 kilo, roger, maintain visual with that traffic.
We'll do 60 kilo. Also reporting 3 mile right base 17.
There we go. Sorry, I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way.
227 Whiskey, information Delta.
So let's come a little to the left here, just a little. Or at 1,000.
November 227 Whiskey, New Braunfels Tower, roger, say your position.
Cool.
We are 4 miles.
What I recommend is over this highway, we reduce our power like we would on when we're beam.
27 Whiskey, roger. You better
see this traffic at 2 o'clock or so?
Wind 17, report midfield.
Cool.
Wind 2304 and altimeter 3031.
3031, we'll report left downwind, Bonanza 7227 Whiskey.
Excellent. So right about here, yeah. All right, I just want you to focus on flying now. I got your radio.
Thank you.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 66 kilo, 3 mile right base for 17.
Cherokee 66 kilo, not in sight, runway 17. I understand you want to do patterns?
That's affirmative, 66 kilo.
All right, 66 kilo, roger, not in sight, runway 17. Clear for the option on the go, make a right, close traffic, port midfield.
Clear for the option 17, right traffic will report 66 kilo.
There you go, get that power out just like you would in your were a beam, 1700. Don't let that nose drop too far. You see the runway there we want to use?
Free change approved.
Come a little to the left for lineup.
Victor,
We want to get on that center line as soon as we can here.
Okay.
Raise your nose slightly, we want to get comfortably in the wide arc and get our flaps in. There you go, use that trim if you need to, get that nose up. We want to get our speed down. There you go. And we'll very shortly be on the center line here, so don't overshoot. Come to the right.
Okay.
There you go. Don't hesitate. Let's get on it. I'm going to help you out with your flaps here.
Thank you.
You're in the wide arc. I'll get your second notch. All right. And I'll get your third notch here. Now you want some power. Don't let that nose wander around so much. Hold it there. There you go. Now do you need fore or aft trim?
Part of that?
Do you need nose up trim?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, crank it in. That's nose up trim. There you go. There you go. Are you hands off here?
Hands off.
There you go. Cool. So now we're using this power to adjust our glide path, right?
Right.
Let's hold the nose to the runway.
Whiskey, say your position now.
Use the bank
Roger,
angle
sir. We're just entering
to correct
45 to
the
left
center line.
downwind.
So let's hold that nose down. There you
We're
go.
about 3 miles away.
Hold that nose a little lower.
227 Whiskey.
Want it nice and stable, right? There you go. Just like that. See how we're coming up on the center line here? Your power's fine. Your power's fine. Leave it where it is.
227 Whiskey,
fact, we're a
Roger.
little
I do not
slow,
have inside
so-
traffic. Will be upwind off runway.
Now we know you have the runway main.
Right
Power's
post
to idle.
traffic is Cherokee.
We have
There
the
we go.
Cherokee
Very
inside,
smoothly.
Bonanza 7227
We
Whiskey.
pull back.
27 Whiskey, Roger. Not inside, runway 17, clear to land.
Okay,
Just
we're
like that.
midfield downwind, runway 17.
And now go ahead and retract your flaps.
227 Whiskey.
Flaps.
There you go. And we'll go full power. There you go. All the way in. We'll make right traffic. There you go. Use that rudder. Cool. All right, so I kind of helped you out with our descent checklist. I got our fuel pump on. There you go. What do you think? Did you feel rushed or anything like that?
So I think I missed something in the radio call because I thought we were joining a right downwind, not right base.
Oh, right base. So don't sweat it. It was a simple right-hand turn. And that was a holdover when I thought from when we were going to make a right, the downwind for either 3-1 or, let's see, 3-5. Remember, we're coming in 1-7 now, so we don't have to make that downwind. And we'll make right traffic here, so we don't have to report anything except on the downwind. And the traffic patterns here will be just like in Bulverde. We'll take a look out to the runway there, fly a right crosswind, nice and square. For that landing, I want you to focus a little more on holding that nose to the runway. Use your rudder to keep the nose on the center line, or to keep the nose pointed at the runway. You square off here. And use the pitch to hold it down. Remember, pitch is airspeed, power is altitude. If you're getting slow, lower the nose, add a bit of power.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make our right turn for downwind here. I'll help you out with the radio calls, get you an idea of what we want, then I want you taking over, and then once you get comfortable, okay?
Okay.
Cool. There you go, so we just set up nice and parallel. We're going to level off at 1600. There you go, and don't focus in too much. Take a square off, set back, get the big picture. Take a second to look around here. We got plenty of time. There we go. We're about where we want. We're tracking slightly away from the runway, so we look up here, make a small correction. Cool. Look over here. Pretty good. We're almost 1600. I'd go ahead and lower the nose here. Let's set level off like we would at cruise.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 66 kilo, right downwind 17.
November 66 kilo, number 2, following Bonanza. Turning about a mile and a half final for runway 17, port traffic in sight.
We'll report traffic in sight, number 2 for 1766 kilo.
Alright, so now we just have to extend our downwind until we see this Bonanza.
So when we're extending our downwind, when do we add the notch of flap?
After we reduce our power.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be farther from the runway.
Right.
So in this sequence, we would reduce our power later until we have the traffic in sight, which I do not have out here. I'm going to scan about our 1 o'clock or so low. He's abeam us now. Let's go power out, 1700.
Our 66 kilo traffic is over the drive-in. You're number 2, runway 17. You're clear for the option.
17 clear for the option. We got that traffic in sight, 66 kilo.
There we go.
Flaps.
Are we in the white arc?
Yep.
Yep, let's go ahead and turn in. There we go. Don't let that nose drop too far. There you go. See how the distance from the horizon is staying the same?
Yep.
That's what you want. Remember, that is setting your airspeed over here.
Okay.
So you can look at that for your airspeed. Now we look to the runway. Let's keep this turn going. Don't get blown away from the runway. There we go. Square off here. We'll add our next notch of flaps.
Okay, second notch.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and start a nice shallow turn to final. Remember, this whole time, keep that nose down so we keep our speed up. See where your speed is right now?
Uh-huh.
That's where you want it.
Okay, so we want 80?
80 to 75, 80, somewhere in there.
Okay.
There you go. So your nose position right now is good. I think your power setting is a little low. You want to back up 1700. Don't let it wander. Small but prompt correction.
Whiskey, stay parking.
We're just going to pull off here on Echo, get a clearance to Stinson, and then depart Bonanza 727 Whiskey.
So see we're a little left of center line?
Bonanza 227 Whiskey, understand
We'll
you
just
want
come to the right.
Stinson.
I do, 7227 Whiskey. I should have a flight plan on file.
There you go. Nice correction with your bank.
27 Whiskey, Roger. Taxi straight ahead on Echo.
Whenever you use that bank, you want to use the rudder in conjunction.
And I'll advise when I have your clearance. And monitor ground.
Let's go ahead and get that last notch in.
We'll cross the runway and wait on the other side, Bonanza 7227.
Yeah, we're still on the left side of the runway here. Let's come to the right. Make a nice correction here.
Okay.
Just like that. Nice and small. Won't need too much rudder. There you go. Just a little. Now we're a little fast. We're on glide slope though. So we would want to raise the nose, right?
Yep.
But that would balloon us up, so just reduce power a bit. And then raise, no, not too much. You about had it. It was only going to be a twist or two. There you go. Now you're on speed.
Okay.
I'll give you a bit of nose up trim here. All right, go hands off. Yep, a bit more nose up trim. Makes it easy. See how we're on glide path here?
Yep.
We're using our small corrections with bank to maintain center line. Not too much here. And don't let it wallow around like that. Small corrections. Now we know we have the runway made. There you go. Let the nose drop very slightly. And then ease it back, nice and smooth. There we go. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Boom. You want to keep that back pressure in. I was helping you out on that one. If we didn't do that, we would have bounced on the nose wheel, okay? Cool. Let's go full power, right rudder. Let's get on the center line. There you go. Don't be afraid to make the correction to get back where you want to be.
Okay.
Number 27 Whiskey, is your call sign 2227 Whiskey or 7227
That
Whiskey?
center line maintenance will be very important, Boulevardy. Now see how when we started the flare, the nose kind of wandered a bit?
Yes.
We want to prevent that, so once you start your flare, don't stop flying. Little corrections just like this to hold the nose right here.
I have your clearance now, advise ready to copy.
We're learning right now to make those kind of small subconscious corrections to keep the nose pointed in the same place.
Respect 4,000. San Antonio departure is 127.1.
There you go.
Squawk 4515.
All right. We'll wait till 500 or so above before we start our turn.
November 866 Kilo, you can have left if you like.
Left traffic.
All right.
And 60 Kilo, we'll go ahead and take that left traffic.
November 27 Whiskey, and confirm you said 4515 on the squawk.
There we go. That'll make it a little easier on you seeing the runway.
Yep.
227 Whiskey, Roger. When you're ready, advise, and I'll taxi you to runway 17.
Make sure we're nice and square. Level off. We don't want to cut into the runway on this crosswind.
Roger, runway 17, taxi via Alpha Delta,
go.
hold short 13 at Delta. Will you be ready upon reaching?
And go ahead and turn your crosswind about here. We don't want to extend on that crosswind too far,
Whiskey, Roger, cancel taxi.
or we'll be too far from the runway. A proper setup out here goes miles for making that landing easy. If you set it up wrong out here, you're going to have to do a heck of a lot of work down there to fix it.
Okay.
So you're setting us up very nicely here. Just keep on climbing up. We'll get to 1600. And pitch and power. Go ahead and set that. There we go. We might be tracking into the runway very slightly, so a small right correction. Not so small, a little more, a little more. There you go. More. Let's bank to the right. There you go, you see? What do you think? Let's get this power out here, buddy.
Okay.
We don't want to be so fast in the pattern.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 66 Kilo, left downwind for 17.
66 Kilo, running 17, clear for the option.
17, clear for the option, 66 Kilo.
Cool, so power out 1700, wait for your flaps, be patient. Alright. There you go.
Okay.
Now go ahead and get your flaps now, we're in the wide arc. There you go, use that trim, flaps and trim. A little bit of nose up, that's nose down, that's nose up, there you go. Now let's go hands off. Pretty good speed, a little bit more trim. There you go. Well, let's come to the left. And just fly the airplane here. Don't let it take you somewhere. You drive it somewhere. There you go. As we turn base, I find sometimes a little touch of power is necessary to maintain that 1700 where we want it. Looking good on your base here. Let's go ahead and square off. Grab your next notch of flaps and trim. If you need it. There you go. Let it settle.
Pretty good right about there.
That's pretty good, cool. Now we just want a shallow turn on to final. And he's cleared us for the option 17. There you go. All right, so what are we going to anticipate when we go for the flare? Where do we pull our power at?
We pull our power when we know we've got the runway made.
Exactly. We want a nice smooth pull, right?
Right.
Cool. Let's get this center line here. We've got plenty of time. Let's get it. Don't be afraid to make the correction that's necessary. There you go. Let's just get 2 or 3 fingers on there, though. We don't want to overcorrect. There you go. Cool. Now right here, you're real good.
It's not to flaps.
Yeah.
As 7227 Whiskey, New Braunfels Ground, Roger, running 17, taxi Alpha Delta, hold short, running 13 at Delta, Nevada's Tower.
See how we're still tracking left of center line? That's something you want to focus on to correct.
I'm way high.
Oh, well then lower that power a bit, and lower the nose as well. And maintain your speed. There you go. In fact, let's go ahead and pull that power to idle. Nose will drop a bit more. We keep tending to the left here, so a small correction. Now raise that nose very slowly. There you go. And now we're just judging our height, right?
Right.
Keep this coming back. You're going to pull this back into your chest here. If you see the runway over the nose, you're not high enough. There you go. We'll go around. Cool. Let's get on the center line here. Lower the nose. Get on the center line. There you go. Now give yourself some trim so you don't balloon up like that. It seems like a lot of work. It's honestly not too much. Use those tools like trim to get yourself set up. Get yourself. Get yourself.
227 Whiskey, hold short, waiting IFR release from San Antonio.
Holding short, Bonanza 7227 Whiskey.
Alright. I want to try something. I want to demonstrate for you one. Those last two are good. I want to demonstrate one for you. I want you to make the radio call, okay?
Okay.
So you heard how I did it last time? Downwind 17?
Yep.
And then he just says clear for the option 17. We say clear for the option 17.
Okay.
Where should I turn my crosswind at?
About 500 AGL.
Correct. Honestly, since Kilo's a little gutless, I'm going to wait a little bit longer so I can climb more on the upwind instead of on the downwind and the crosswind. So right about maybe here, though. The catch with being in New Braunfels is sometimes the Seguin auxiliary airfield for Randolph is active.
Okay.
So we'll have T-38s over there, which is fun. I look to my runway, and I square off with it. We're just a little farther than you were. Now about here, not too long, just long enough to clear the downwind. We look out into our turn here and keep on climbing up.
November 27 Whiskey, on departure, fly runway heading, climb maintain 3000.
And note here,
runway 13, runway 17, you're
going to fly to
Takeoff 17, 3,000 feet, runway
roughly parallel.
7227 Whiskey.
I'm going to go ahead and pull my power out and set this level attitude.
Okay.
Trim it up. Up just a little bit. Oh, I'm 100 feet below pattern altitude, so a small correction to fix that.
And make a call about...
Now what I'm doing, as I picked a point out there, I guessed what would make me parallel. I looked over here, and it's doing pretty okay. It's doing okay. So see, I had that pretty much configured by the time I was, before I was even on the runway.
Right.
Now let's go ahead and try that downwind 17 call. New Braunfels Tower.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 3466 kilo is downwind for 17.
Over 66 kilo, runway 17, clear for the option.
17 clear for the option, 66 kilo.
17 clear for the option, 3466 kilo.
Perfect. Now we're a beam here.
Uh-huh.
I'll pull the power out, 1700.
Okay.
Notice how the nose drops?
Yep.
Catch it. See how easy trim makes this? I barely have to touch anything here. I'll go ahead and add flaps.
Okay.
And a bit of nose up trim. Boom. Now let's look to the runway. Let's look over there.
Okay.
There we go. Power's a little low. I'll give myself a bit more here. Baby it up to 17. That's about 45 back. Oh, and there's a burble. We'll go ahead and turn our base here. Notice the nose stays the same distance below the horizon, right?
November 27 Whiskey, contact
That's maintaining our speed.
Okay, thanks for the help.
Nice confident turn, not too steep, not too shallow. Roll out here, next notch of flaps. And Bulverde, I'd make a radio call here. Here I can just, take in the view, clear final, do plenty of stuff. Just look around, get the big picture of where you're at. Alright, and now, turning on to final, I'm going to let you run this final, okay? So I'll set you up for it.
Okay.
And then I'll have you do the flare. So a very shallow turn on to final. Timing that turn so we end up on the runway center line. I'm slightly right, very slightly right. There's our flaps. Here's our nose up trim. Need a little bit more nose up trim. Now, we're on 75. See how the nose is kind of wallowing like that? I should make just hold it. Little corrections like that. I'm coming up shallow. There's the power. All right, you have the flight controls.
I have controls.
You have controls. Now just little adjustments in power and pitch to maintain this glide slope. There you go. Keep that nose down to the runway. Don't let that speed decrease. There you go. And now as we have the runway made, smoothly pull that power to idle. Lower that nose. Yep. Don't let it go down too far. Let's get that flare in there. Bring it back. Bring it back. And not balloon too far. Yep, so hold it, hold it, hold it. Otherwise we'll settle like that. Cool. Okay, flaps down. All right, right for center line. You're good to go. All right, what do you think?
Still haven't quite got the feel for it.
The flare should be nice and smooth. And then, if you do balloon like that, that's okay. You're just going to have to hold it and then catch it so that you don't settle too hard, okay? There you go. A little bit of down. See how the runway's out here to our right?
Yep.
Let's come a little right. We'll fix that. I got 934. Let's see, that was number 3, correct?
I believe that was number 3, yes.
Excellent. We'll do 2 more and head back to Bulverde.
Okay.
Let's get the nose up a little higher. We want to climb a little faster here, not go so far.
Okay.
Just a little higher. There we go.
Okay, we can turn. Give it a little bit more. Turn about the road.
Oh, yeah. Here's a good time. You're right.
Okay.
There you go. And as you turn, keep this nose up. Don't let it settle down. There you go. Nice. Keep an eye on that runway and we'll be squared off good. On the money, man. Deep breath. It's going to be a good one. Got yourself plenty of time. Let's go ahead and turn that downwind. This is a pretty big pattern. When we get better at this, we can tighten it up a little bit. Now we were not flying that dang old 3-mile downwind.
Okay, pull my power.
Yep, there you go. You're at your altitude, right where you want to be.
And trim.
Yep. Probably pull the power a smidge more, just a smidge more. There you go.
Still am not getting the hang of this trim. I'm
That's nose down. Yep. There you go. Cool. You're tracking nicely parallel. I like that. Don't let it get any closer though. All right, you're good for that downwind, Cole.
New Braunfels traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is left downwind for 17.
6 Kilo, line 17, clear for the option.
Get that tower there. Clear for the option, 176.
Clear for the option, 3466 Kilo.
Yeah. You want to make sure you get that 17 in there too, but don't sweat it now. Cool. So now you can go ahead and pull that power out. Take your time, get it in there.
Feel like I'm tracking left a little bit.
Just a little, so as you pull your power, make that correction. Let's get in there. There you go. Get your power set, a little less. Don't take so long to do it. Go ahead and get your flaps in, that'll adjust for that trim.
Okay, notch your flaps.
Yep. There we go. Retract in very slightly. Let's go ahead and turn our base about here.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Raise, let's see here. Let's see how this goes. There we go. Square off here. Get your flaps in and trim. We were a little close, so this base will be a little short. Okay. There you go. Good timing on that turn. Let's bring the nose up ever so slightly, but a little fast. There you go. Now remember, for the flare, we're going to have an aiming point there. Let's say just beyond the numbers. We're going to work to point the airplane, keep our eyes focused there.
Okay.
You're good on your glide slope. We're okay on our speed. We're good. Bring your power out, maybe 100 RPM, lower that nose. There you go. We'll work on getting the speed down. Let's focus on keeping that nose on the runway here. We got our last notch of flaps in. Let's do that. There you go. And remember, slowly move your eyes up to the edge of the runway. Go ahead and work that power out here. There you go. Just use that button. Now very slowly and smoothly pull back. Pull back, pull back, pull back. There you go. Hold it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cool. And you're good to go. Right rudder. Don't forget that right rudder. All right, man, that was all you. Woo. That was all you. Now we're good to fly.
Tighten that trim.
Yeah. Yeah, that trim really helps you out on the landing on the go. It can be kind of rough, but you just got to work it. You can fly it. You can overpower that trim. Cool. So for that, all that's going to be is good timing on your power reduction, good rate at the start of that flare. We kind of burbled just a little bit at the end there. We caught it very nicely. And you just held it off. We kind of fixed that float, keep that rate nice and slow. That'll stop the balloon. And then you just hold that pitch attitude that you had, and it will settle down nicely. It will settle down very nicely. And then again, it's just fixing that center line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speed on final
was a little high.
Should be going
that's
for
fine.
75. Is that right?
75 to 80.
Okay.
But we can work on fixing that speed. Let's focus on our flare and whatnot. Having a little extra speed lets us focus on the float and how much back pressure we need anyway. So I think that'll be okay.
So I know I missed that last notch of flaps. I got that late. How much did that mess me up?
Let's go ahead and turn. Not too much, honestly. That's what caused us to be a little high. And that's what caused us to be a little fast, because we didn't have that extra drag. When we popped in the flaps, we ballooned up a little, which you corrected for it very nicely. We want to get those flaps in as early as we can on the final so we can adjust our flying to, you know, for the feel of the aircraft with the flaps down.
Okay.
Now I'll make our downwind call here, just because I want to let them know that we're going to be departing to the west. Actually, no, you got plenty of time. Set yourself up on the downwind and you can make that call. When you call downwind, just say, this will be the last one and we'll be departing to the west, okay? So downwind 17, and this will be the last one departing to the west. Get yourself set up first, aviate, navigate, then communicate. Looking real good. That's down, that's up. There you go.
Okay, so it'll be, okay.
New Braunfels Tower, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is downwind for 17. This will be our last one.
66 Kilo. Roger, runway 17, you're clear for the option, winds are 1906. Confirm, you say you want this to be your last one, or you don't want to stick around for about another 30?
And 66 Kilo, yeah, this will be the last one. We'll depart out to the west. And we are clear for the option 17, 66 Kilo.
Okay, we're in the white arc.
All right.
Notch flaps.
There you go.
Ram it up.
There you go.
Go ahead and turn base. Notch flaps.
There you go. Power settings, just 100 RPM more, I'd say. You're real good here. Nice and shallow, get that flap in early once you're on final.
I feel like I started my turn a little bit early.
Just a little, square off here. If you made a mistake, don't let it continue. A prompt correction, you'll get back on with no undue hassle. Go ahead and get those flaps in though.
Okay.
You can consider this, you know, just think of it as a final, just kind of cockeyed, and you correct your, you know, your path along the ground as you maintain that glide path. So let's bring that nose up slightly, bring it up to the runway, that'll fix our speed. Your power's fine. There you go. Little to the right, power setting, leave it right where it's at. Ramming right for the numbers here. There you go. Bring the nose nose up just a hair more, just a hair more. Yeah, right there. Freckle past a hair. Don't let that nose wallow around so much. Use those rudders. There you go. Got the runway made. Power's coming to idle. Don't let the nose come up so soon. There you go. Now pull back. There you go. Hold us off smoothly. Little balloon, so pull it back. Yep.
A little hard.
That's why I say pull it back.
Quite a bit hard.
Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Right onto the center line. Don't forget that as we do all this other stuff. We're good to go. There we go. A bit to the right. There you go. Never stop flying that plane. Aim for that center line. I like it. All right, we go ahead and make our turn out to the west.
Okay. Clear right.
Clear right.
And tower 66 kilos departing to the west. Thanks for letting us mount your pavement.
November 66 kilo, not a problem, sir. You're welcome to stay. West departure approved.
West departure approved, 66 kilo. And hey, let me ask you, I'd like to bring some students over for a tour. When's a good time for y'all, or the best time?
November 66 kilo. Roger, sir, on Monday, if you can, contact the ATM, and she'll advise you when is be a good time.
Okay, on Monday I'll give them a call. 66 kilo.
Cool. All right, so we can just head out here due west. And remember, climb out checklist is just like in Bulverde. We've already got our flaps in, so just 1,000 feet AGL, we'll get our fuel pumps. What'd you think?
That was fun.
It definitely an improvement.
Yes.
Definitely something we can work with there. I like that.
Okay, coming up so we can lose the fuel pump.
Uh-huh. Let's see, yep, 947. Not too bad. We'll get back right at 10. All right, let's say, well, let's level off at 2,500, okay?
All right. Clouds are starting to burn off.
Yep, over here, I'm curious about those clouds over there. Now, do you know what kind of clouds those are?
I don't.
Now, when they're flat like that, and they're not cumulus, not formed by a thermal,
right?
It's stratus clouds.
Okay.
They're formed by a stable layer of warm, moist air under cool, dry air.
Okay.
There's no lifting activity to raise air through that boundary and kind of start, popping off little popcorn clouds, right?
Okay.
So there's no thermal activity on the ground to kind of kick that sort of stuff off, so it just kind of sits there.
Gotcha.
I mean, warm air wants to rise, but only if there's an initial force.
Right.
I'll go ahead and stop. All right. So you've got a decent amount of moisture in the air. That's why that temperature and dew point were so close. Not so close though as well. Let me explain it this way: the clouds, the closer the dew point and temperature are, plus a few other factors, that typically means the clouds will be lower.
Okay.
Although it does look like we've got a few clouds below us though. So let's see, we're at 2.5 here. Yeah, we'll level off 2.5 and see how the clouds are over at Bulverde. We do have a few scattered over there. There we go. Nicely set up. So anyway, what I was saying, yeah, the closer that the dew point and temperature are, you'll find that usually the clouds are a little lower. And as the temperature rises, the dew point is, of course, dependent on the moisture content, all that sort of stuff. as the temperature rises, the clouds tend to rise, right?
Right.
Still about,
There's some charts we'll show you when we're talking about this that show the convergence of temperature and dew point as altitude increases. And when those two meet, that's where you get those clouds. And you have temperature inversions, all this sort of stuff that kind of tend to trap moisture and form cloud layers like this. Or you have lifting action that can form clouds, pushing air masses into cool, or moist air masses into cooler air masses, which forms the condensation. So there are a few different mechanisms for those cloud formations.
Thermal activity is getting me awfully close to these clouds.
Yeah, answer for you.
Let's say we were, if we were to have an emergency now, would you use the quarry as a...
Ooh, that's a good question. See that
being pretty packed and pretty level for landing, but there's also a lot of hills and shit there.
Well, honestly, right now, you can't focus on just one thing because check this out. I have control.
Okay, you have control.
Just to our right here.
Right. Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not necessarily a runway. It's just a cleared off area, but
it would work in a pinch.
Exactly. It'd work in a pinch. It's a hell of a lot closer. I could make this right turn here, and we'd be set up for a right downwind for the runway.
Okay.
So, or what looks to be a runway. That's probably just some cleared off area for cows. But also, I don't know that with a glide we would have made that. And additionally, I mean, that's a great question. I've never been asked that before. But for the rock quarry, in a pinch, maybe that area to the right. All that stuff to the left would be totally off limits for me.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And even then, I'd highly advise against it because workers and whatnot in the field.
Right.
So you've got control.
Okay,
there you go.
Control.
But before this is why a good kind of scan, get that big picture of what you're going over is important. That way you don't get surprised when you turn that way and you say, wait a minute, there's a nice field right below me I could have gone to. So that's a bit of that old situational awareness, that sort of thing, that big picture. Cool. So where the heck's Bull Birdie at?
Let's see here. So
I mean, we flew due east to get here, right?
Yeah. So I mean, we're heading due west.
Exactly.
There, so yeah.
Were you about to say due east?
I did.
That's west, Patrick. All right. Well, what highway is that? You think?
Is that the same one we were looking at?
Yeah, I think so. Let's try not to go below 2,000. 2,000 or above is fine with me. Or 2,000's traffic pattern altitude. We don't want to go too much below that. What's the danger of flying too low? I mean, can we?
So long as there's not too many people around.
Oh, that. What's the other rule for that? Minimum safe altitude, part 91. I think we covered that the other day.
Yeah, that's 500 feet. 500
feet from people, but there's another from people and structures and in blah 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 unpopulated areas, or sparsely populated areas rather. But what about just in general, all the time?
All the time.
An altitude from which you
need to be able to safely land
the airplane.
Emergency.
Exactly. So, I spot little airplanes over here, or little fields, not little airplanes. We could make it into without, reasonable, worry for my life or your life or whatnot.
Traffic Command 7386 Papa is approximately 8 miles to the northeast of the field at 2,500.
Let's come a little bit to the left here.
Okay.
Remember those towers that we passed? They were on our right as we came out, or maybe they were to our left.
Operating about a half mile.
They're on a little hill.
I will hold this position while you land because I have.
There's a little hill about to our 12 o'clock. You see it?
Yep. So
it's a little plateau-looking thing. It's got some towers on
So
it.
you're looking for
Bull Birdie's just on the other side of that tower.
Do you know exactly or approximately what altitude you're at?
Yes, sir. I'm descending through 1500, and I can stay here about a half mile off the airport.
See if we can find that blimp because he's just a little bit to the east. In fact, I think if you look, you can spot him. He's just to the right of the hill. Now we want to make a traffic call too here in a bit, right?
Yeah. So from this distance, are we right about what 12 12 miles?
Actually, that's a really good guess. I'd say so. So while we cover that 2 miles, let's practice what we're going to say.
So it'd be Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is, say, 10 miles to the east of...
10 miles to the east?
Inbound, what's winds favoring now? We were on 17, so probably 1.6 or variable, so we prefer 3.4 because it's the cleaner runway.
You can just say inbound at the moment. We'll see what Papa's doing here.
Okay.
I should have listened earlier too and see what he was departing for. Well, let's ask him. Or after you, let's make your call.
Hot air balloon to Anderson.
Let's go ahead and make your position report. Inbound Boulevardy.
I do, sir.
After
that big field off the end. That will work well.
Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is 10 miles to the east inbound. Boulevardy.
There you go. Now, when we make that position, we also want to give our altitude, 2,000 feet. But don't sweat it now. It's all good.
Aviation crew on the ground. I'm going to hold this position for inbound traffic.
That's probably the toughest bit of radio work. It's not actually, I think, saying it. It's knowing, you know, how to put meaningful information into your message. I mean, people can assume we're Cherokee. They know us. They all know us. They know we're going to be low altitude.
Approximately 4
Let's get this power a little higher.
Field. We'll be doing, come around to do a right, 45 for right at downwind, runway 16. And we have the air balloon in sight. We'll maintain separation.
Air balloon. All right, so they're coming into 16, so we can plan on that.
Okay.
Now, since we're approaching from the east, the runway runs this way, right? How could we enter the traffic pattern?
9 to the north inbound for landing Castroville.
Head north to come in at a 45 on the downwind.
North or south for that?
Let's see, we would head north to come in on the 45. South, or, yeah. No.
Or we want to land this way.
Hold on,
Downwind's this way.
Inverted,
yep.
Because our downwind is
because I was inverted.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck you. So yeah, we would be heading. Let's see, we would head south to intercept the 45.
Easier than that. Easier than that.
Or we could do the extended base.
Not extended base. Remember, it's right traffic for 16.
Ah, okay.
So let's enter on the crosswind, right?
Okay.
Crosswind for 16.
Okay.
We'll make a right turn, and a right turn.
Okay.
It's just that simple. Now let's maintain 2,000 here. We're already at pattern altitude. That's simple. Let's go ahead and get a call 5 miles to the east, 2,000 to inbound 16 Boulevardy.
Okay.
Boulevardy traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is 5 miles east inbound for 16 at 2,000. Boulevardy.
Cool. Well, you got everything. Wasn't necessarily in the easy format to say, but hey.
Air balloon to Anderson Aviation. Yes, they said they're about a mile out.
Okay, I'll go.
Hear Tom on the radio.
For landing traffic, and then I'll come in.
Okay, I'll show them where they need to go when they get here.
And Blimp at Boulevardy here, you get what portion of the field are you going to be making your approach to?
Thermal airship. I'll be crossing over the active runway and then landing to the south in the grass.
Copy that. We'll be entering on the crosswind for 16. We'll be off to your south, then we'll keep an eye on you. We have you in sight now. Boulevardy traffic.
Thank you, sir.
Hard to miss you.
It is pretty big.
All right, let's get that altitude down just a little bit. I'm going to be at 2,000. Yeah, just a small power reduction, lower that nose. Now, where's the airport from here?
Let's see, so I'm not seeing it, but I can see the fields right there.
Yeah, so you see that soccer field we always fly over on the upwind?
Yep.
So it's going to be to the right of that, right?
Yeah.
So that soccer field's a pretty good, tool to use to set yourself up for the crosswind.
Okay.
Of course, I've got to warn against using landmarks like that because they're not other airfields, but hey, it helps us get into the airport, I think. So we want to be careful not to flirt too far south, otherwise we'll, you know, fly to San Antonio. I think what you're heading, you got right about here is good.
Papa, 5 to the northwest.
So make sure we maintain our altitude, don't let that nose creep up on you. Now, we have a checklist to do right before we land.
Yep.
Let's do that, and it's right in front of you.
So it'd be fuel pumps. Let's
yep.
see here.
Fuel in the proper tank.
Fuel on the proper tank. We have
so fuel pump on. You can go ahead and swap it on the right tank.
Up. Okay.
Bulverty traffic, Comanche 7386 Papa is right.
Where's that?
Runway
left tank now?
Left tank
You're
now.
down.
Okay,
Bulverty.
that's right.
Then we're going to mixture, should be a little rich. RP off, or as needed.
Yeah.
But we should be fine.
Yep. So just as long as we got that fuel pump on and seatbelt's good, I think we're good. I've got 86 Papa on the base out there and the airship. 86 Papa is tough to spot.
Bulverty traffic, Comanche 7386 Papa's final runway 16 Bulverty.
Cool. And you can call crosswind here shortly.
Okay. Where's Papa at?
Base turning final right now for 16.
Is the coolest looking thing, by the way.
If you're doing a full stop, you have to come check it out. It's a 4-seater. Just carrying extra fuel for advertising today.
We'll go. We'll be doing a full stop, and I'll stay and watch that thing land.
There you go. Let's get,
have them come in.
after they do their thing, let's get a call right crosswind 16 Bulverty.
Okay.
Go ahead and get it.
Bulverty traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo is right crosswind for 16 Bulverty.
Perfect. There we go. So just like New Braunfels. Now be careful with Bulverty because it's a smaller airport. It'll make you think you're farther away than you are.
Right.
It will tend to turn base too soon, and will tend to turn downwind too soon here.
Okay.
So just be patient. Of course, on the flip side, don't go too far. I don't know. It's a guessing game, almost there. It'll come with the practice. Oh, what a nice day. Starting to pop off nicely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start working into that downwind, I'd say. There you go. Altitude's good. Don't let it balloon up, though, in the turn. Keep that nose down. There you go. Remember how even in the right steep turns tend to balloon up?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. We'll get a call right downwind 16 Bulverty.
Bulverty traffic, Cherokee 3466 Kilo, right downwind 16 Bulverty.
Cool.
Bulverty traffic,
Raise the nose a bit.
86 Papa's clear runway 16 Bulverty.
And a slight right correction. Very slight. There you go. Nice job keeping an eye on that runway there. Yay for right patterns, eh? Looking good.
So I feel like
and now you're a beam.
I feel like I'm close to the runway.
Honestly, I think you're fine right where you're at.
It's getting bumpy up there. The wind's picking up down here now.
Yeah, it's getting,
White Arc, there you
getting
go.
pretty rough here, so I'm going to wait for the second plane to land, and then I'll be making an approach.
Okay, only a couple minutes. That's one of my training airplanes, so he'll be down pretty quick.
All right. Power's good. Let's go ahead and make a right base turn here.
Right base.
There you go. Now watch that nose position as you come through your turn. Don't let it rise or descend.
45
I think where you've got it is on the money.
Downwind 16 Castroville, full stop.
And I'll work your radio calls from here. I just want you focusing on the lineup and whatnot. Yes, turn a little more to the right. Get your flaps in.
Flaps.
There you go.
Bulverty traffic, Cherokee 66 Kilo, right base 16, full stop, Bulverty.
There you go. Get that turn on the final going. Power's good. Don't touch the power. Just, yeah, have your hand there, but yeah. There we go. All right, just using that nose. Don't make too much correction. Just let the airplane do its thing.
That's not your flaps.
There you go. Looking pretty good. Still a little left, kind of like we were in New Braunfels. So let's get that correction in. Nose is a little low, so pull back. You can use that trim to get there.
Castroville traffic, Spearmill 206 Kilo Papa, left base.
That's down. That's up.
Full stop, Castroville.
Keep working it in. Keep working it in. Power's fine. There you go. Nice and stable here. We'll expect a few bumps here. Let's get a bit of power in. Bit of power. There you go. Good correction. A little bit more power, just to comfortably clear those power lines. There you go. We'll take that out here in a moment. There you go. Now we put the nose down to the runway. Power can come out to idle. Slight right crosswind, so there we go. And now very smoothly, you're helping me pull back there. Oh, there you go, right rudder. No need to push that left rudder there. Let's push right rudder. Cool. Let's go ahead and retract the flaps.
Flaps down.
And we'll make that second turn off.
Okay, your ship, he's on the ground.
30 traffic.
Just easy braking, we'll make that second turn off.
Thermal airship will be making approach from the east, overflying the runway and landing in the grass on the west.
Give yourself plenty of room here, so slow down, slow down.
Bring it on home.
There you go. Yay, we're gonna get to do this a lot.
Okay.
All right, so after landing checklist,
After landing.
that one's kind of for killing it, so let's use that other one. Fuel pump mixture, flaps, trim, transponder.
Mixture, fuel pump is off.
Mixture lean for taxi.
Reseals.
All right, flaps and trim reset. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now we can just taxi out to our front here. Let's see here. Papa's doing their thing. So we can taxi to the right side of them, probably. We'll see how we can fit by his wing.
That looks pretty tight.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I think you might be right. Oh, no. Yeah, we got plenty of room there.
Yeah. Coming off to the right of them.
Yep. So the right side here.
Thermals here.
There you go.
Yeah, we're watching. You look like you're having fun.
There you go. You've got room. Just keep an eye on your wing. Not too much to the right. A little left now.
Put you, so that's good.
There you go. You're well clear. There you go. I think if you're just a little right of this yellow line here, you'll be fine. There you go. We're cleared there. Just,
guys, remember, be prepared. If I can't get up there, I might put it down here in this big patch. I'm really struggling here.
10-4.
there you go. A bit of power. And we'll look at the pump. Don't go too far. Perfect, right there. Right there. No reason to go too far because you're going to have to pull a hose around. All right, put the parking brake on.
Parking brake on.
Yeah. No reason to kill it so soon.
Oh, okay.
First off, let's do a mag check. Just off and then back on real quick.
Okay.
All the way to off.
All the way.
There you go, just to make sure it'll cut.
Gotcha.
And then, let's do avionics all off.